Hello, welcome to FSwithSRIKANTH. In this lecture, we are going to discuss forms. What is a form? With the help of forms, we will get the information from the user. We are collecting the information data from the user, and we can share the data to the server. What type of data we would like to collect, like a username and first name, last name, email address, mobile number, age, date of birth, and some comment messages and email address, phone numbers. A lot of information we will collect from the user. What we collect, that information we can share to the server. What type of server? Like a Node.js server, Java server. The server side application collect the information from this form tag only. Here, this is a form tag. With the help of forms are designed with the help of this form tag. This form tag having two important attributes that are action and one more is method. Action, we are providing URL of server. What is a server? Like a Node.js server, like a Java server. And this method having two important values, that is get or post method. Two methods are available, HTTP method. What it does, this method? So first, this action attribute can give the path of the server. When the user is submitting the submit button, that situation, submitting the data, that situation, from the browser URL, the entire data is shared to particular server. And this method attribute can share the information like in encrypted form, either normal text form. When we are using method value get, that situation, the data is forwarded through the browser directly. The data is never encrypted way. The user, everyone can knows that the data is visible on browser URL. And when we are using a post method, that situation, the entire data is encrypted. Encrypted in the sense, the entire data is delivered to server with a single line of code, single word of the code, like a encrypted form. So our data is secured. In a real time, definitely we use this method values post only. If in case we are using get, client's data will be corrupted. So here the form containing n number of forms containing n number of elements, n number of fields. Just you observe, I want to open one existing file. Just you observe, this is a text field, and this is a password field, and age, number field, date of birth field, and email address and mobile number, and radio buttons. And we are using here the text box states we are using data list. Just to observe, this is a data list. When you are pressing the data list, entire state will be upper. Just to observe, Andhra Pradesh, I am trying to enter Andhra Pradesh. The relevant to A and D characters, what type of characters there available, that will be visible on the states, right? When the user is pressing enter the keys. And we are using this is a read only format, means we never enter. This is a fixed one. And the hobbies, there is one is a checked one. Just you observe, when I am refreshing this, automatically it will be checked one only. And next one, there are some drop down lists are there, and we can insert some image. And suppose we want to choose particular color, what type of color you like, red color I like. So this type of information, URL and range, what is the range, how many marks you are getting, like this is a comment box and submit button. When we are trying to submit some of the validations also, we can place here, please enter this field, right? So I was enter this one, and again I am pressing submit button, and again this one, password, like next one, number you should place. Suppose I am entering a 1, it is not allowing. Just to observe, the must value greater than 18, and suppose I am entering like 88, and again you observe, must be less than or equal to 61. This way we are getting, right? Just observe, 44, 40, and date of birth. This is a calendar. Here the calendar is this is date picker is provided by the Google Chrome only, this browser only. One browser to another browser, this date picker is different. Just to observe, I was copied here this one. I am opening this suppose in, just observe, date picker, these are different. When you observe, and this is a Firefox and this is a Chrome, the date picker viewing is completely different, right? So but it is allowing for yesterday, before days also it allowing. but we can restrict with the help of JavaScript. Next one, there are different type of text fields or form fields are available, and this entire different type of fields we would like to learn in this lecture. And please watch completely, and please practice each and every field. And every web developer is required this all techniques. I'm not only cover theoretical, I'll share some real-time example, real-time information I will be sharing in this lecture. And here this one also I would like to close. I'm opening one form example. I'm taking one form example, and now I'm live server. This is form, nothing. Just to observe, welcome to form, and this is our page. Welcome to form. This is our page, right? Form having different type of fields are available, that are like a input field and a text field and password field, checkboxes and radio buttons and select button and select tag and submit button and reset button, and plenty of Textarea and different type of tags are available, different type of fields are available. Like suppose we need to create, suppose we want to create one text field, like this is a text field collecting the user name. So for that we are using input element, input tag having one of the most important attribute, that is a type. When we are using type value text, automatically it will be creating this text box, and what we are entering, suppose ABC, it is appeared like a same only. And input value type equaled password, when we are pressing type equaled password, automatically it creating one text box and it creates one dotted format. When the client is entering the data, the content is appear like in a dotted format. And when we are using type equal submit, automatically it create one submit button. And when we are using the submit place, we are using reset, automatically it will be create reset button. And the two functionalities are different. What is mean by submit? When the user is clicking this button, that situation, what enter the data in user, the client enter data from these fields, that entire data will be shared to the particular server. And reset, what user entered, the entered fields will be cleared. Suppose we entered ABC and some password we enter, that type of information is completely erased. And definitely we use some different attributes, that are name attribute we use, and size attribute we use, and max length and placeholder required. This type of information we will get from this lecture, and this is the most important. Just observe here, and this is our page. Forms created by the form tag. Just observe form, and we don't have any, right now we don't have any server side page, so that I am not mentioning any attribute. If in case we are not mentioning any attribute, in the sense the defaultly it having method and get value. Just observe input we are taking type text, automatically one type text box will be created. And input password, we are taking password, and again it will be creating one more password. Just observe here, I'm not placing any information here. Just observe text Srikanth is there, and password Srikanth, again I am placing Srikanth. Just observe here Srikanth, and I am placing some password. How we recognize this is a text field and this is a password field? For that, definitely we should provide the label names. So but right now I am placing only direct names, that is S name, student name, suppose S name, and here I am placing password. Then it is clear to analyze, right? Okay, this one is a text field and this one is a password field. I am using here break keyword I am using. But right now I want to focus submit button. I want to create one submit button, break, and input type submit, automatically submit button is created. And next I am using here input type, in the place reset I am using here, reset. Two buttons are created, and here observe I am entering one value Srikanth, and I was entering password is also Srikanth. The form value is method I am using, method get I am using here. Just again you observe this one, name Srikanth I am forwarding, Srikanth, and there is one more button, password, like suppose Srikanth I am entering, Srikanth, submit button I am pressing here, method, where the values will be shared, we don't know. I am placing here name attribute, name, sname, I am placing sname, I am placing here, and password I am here, password I am placing. Again I am placing here and password, submit. Just observe here, we are getting some values. Without name attribute, the data is not shared right now. So, but right now we are having some information. Just observe, copy, and I was opening this one in a notepad. Just I was pasting here. Just observe. So what is our first variable? Sname is our first variable. Just observe, this is a name. The server side can be read this value only. What we enter sname, this is we are entering this one. And what is the next value? Password HGG. I am placing here HGG. Again you check. I am placing here Srikanth, like QWERTY something. I am placing here and my Y. Suppose method value get. Then you can clear. Password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is a password. When I am submitting, we are getting same information in a URL box. We are getting, just observe, I am copying this one, notepad, I was opening this. What type of information we get? Just observe, sname, what we placed, QWET, same, and password, what the password, 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 means. When we are using method value get, the data is not secure. But when I am using method value is post, just you observe, method value post. Just observe, again same I am trying to enter, and password like a 7 6 something, some numbers I was entered in a URL box. You observe, in a URL box this page is not working. Just observe here, I am entering method value something, submit, it was submitted. But when I am changing this post, when I am changing to post, I am refreshing this and somewhat I am placing here submit. This page is not working. Why? Because it is trying to send post securely, it's trying to send, but action value we are not providing now. So what? It is restricting the data values, it never share to anywhere. So that is a benefit of this method. Encrypted, the data is encrypted, it never shares. HTTP methods will be worked properly. This is one of the benefit. Go live. And every input field, this is one of the input field. Just you observe, name field is start from here and password field is start from here, but we required some blank spaces. When we are using this empty spaces, it not works actually. It only provides only single space. For that we require to use and some non-breaking space we want to place here. Ampersand NBSP, non-breaking single space. Automatically it provides some space. The same way, suppose you placing here 3 times, it is, that is a difference. Some space is there now, that type of space it will be provided, right? So, and I have one more doubt. When I am trying to enter this submit button, I want to give a clear information, right? In this place, I want to give some placeholder name. Means enter your student name. Suppose I am using here placeholder. This is one of the attribute. So placeholder in the sense, just the content is visible like a watermark. Enter student name. Just observe here. Enter student name. It is not just only watermark. When we are pressing one letter, automatically it was erased. But when without entering any character, even also we can submit. Just observe, we can also, it is submitted. Method value, we require to change this method value, post get value. Then only it is possible to, without any value also we can send, but we have one requirement. What is the requirement? Definitely you should enter a name and password. For that we have a one more other attribute are there, that is a required attribute is there. Required, what is the mean by required? Definitely you may enter, just observe required equal required, just please fill out this field, that is a validation restrictions, right? And same required field also you can place here, required. Just observe, when I am trying to enter first one, please enter, fill this detail, right? Suppose Srikanth I am trying to enter, right? And again I am trying to submit, again it asks please fill out this field. Suppose I am entering like this password, automatically it sends. This is a password, just observe S number. What is the password? This is a password, secureless password. So again we required one more attribute. So just observe, here you should accept only limited characters only you want to accept. Just observe, one more attribute we want to use, max length. Well, how many letters you want to allow? Only 6 letters you want to allow. Just you observe, I am trying to enter 6 letters. Suppose 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, seventh one is not entered, it is restricted. Why? Because max value is that. Suppose when I am using 10, maximum value will be changed, like a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 0. And when we are entering another letter, automatically it is not allowing. That is a one issue is there, right? Restricting the user. And if we want to enlarge this text box field, this is a fixed size now, we want to enlarge. For that we are using size attribute. Size, how much size you want to place here? Suppose 25 characters I want to place here, 25. Just observe, that was increased, and again you observe. And suppose I am placing here 50, what happens? The size is increased. So in this way we will arrange the fields. How many attributes we are covering here? Required attribute, placeholder attribute, and max length, and size name attribute. These are the most important, and real time we use this placeholder and required field the number of times we should use. Initial only we restrict. Next one, we want to add some button. So here the submit button is there, but I want to add my own button, right? Input, type button, what type of button you want to require? Name equaled OK, suppose value OK. OK button, but it is doesn't do anything. Just you observe, it doesn't do anything. What it does? Nothing. No operations are there. This button, nothing. No operation. When we are using JavaScript with the help of the JavaScript and backend codes, we assign some operation to this button. But the submit and resend buttons are having some default values, default functionalities. But this OK button doesn't having any functionality. Just observe reset. Automatically this field was resetting, right? And here suppose we want to place one field set to this entire form. There is with the help of field set tag we can design that one. Field set tag. Within the field set we need to add this entire form elements, not only form, elements. Just to observe field set, it designed one box, just rectangular box it will be designed. Just to observe one rectangular box it was designed. And we need to provide one title to this field, right? Entire field set, right? There is a one tag is there, legend. With the help of legend we provide the name. So this one is, here we learn text and password data na. Text and password. Just to observe, the name was changed, text and a password, right? And definitely this password, suppose when you are trying to submit button, automatically it is fill the fields, but we want to restrict the user, means we want to add some validation, like you should only enter 5-6 letters only, like only alphabets only you try to enter, and only you want to enter some only numbers only you enter. The type of patterns are also available. Password also required. The type of, just here I was placing some little bit patterns. Suppose we required only letters and numbers, only letters and numbers, there is no punctuation marks, then we should use this pattern. Only A to Z, capital A and capital A to Z and small a to Z, only 0 to 9, and no other values will be allowed. This type of pattern value. Pattern means restricting. Just you observe, I am trying to copy. I am placing this one pattern value. So just observe, here we are using A to Z and capital small a to Z. So capital A to Z and zeros. Numbers are not allowed. Pattern. Right. When I am entering this one, automatically please fill this field, right? I am trying to enter symbols, plus symbol I am entering here. But please match the requested format. You don't enter any this type of symbols. Only you should enter alphabets, other numbers. Don't enter any symbol. Not only that, just A, B, C, and I am entering one plus symbol. And into division some symbols I entered, and password I should enter some different characters. When I am trying to submit, what it happens, just observe. Please match the requested format. Means it never allows this such type of symbols. This type of patterns are most important in a real time. So not only this text field in the sense only it allows, but you want to restrict them. Only number 6 characters only. It must contains only 6 characters. Then what should you do? Copy. Just observe. It allows only 6 characters. Only 6 characters. What type of characters? That is Irish. Right? Just observe. I am trying to enter different numbers. So 10 only it allows. Maximum length we are providing only 10. But when I am trying to submit, just observe. What? Okay. Minimum characters we enter, right? So suppose I was enter like 5. Sorry. 8 characters I would like to enter. Just observe. Yes, I am trying to submit. Fill this requested format. Why? Because minimum 6 character and maximum 8 characters only it allows. Maximum 8, minimum 6. But here how many characters we enter? Number of 10 characters we enter. But it not allows. Minimum 6 characters. Definitely you should place 6 characters. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just observe 7, 8 we enter, submit. Fill out this field. What happens? Okay, we enter 8 characters. Yes, 9 I should enter. Then please match follow the request. Suppose I am entering only 5. Then what happens? Try to submit. The validations, initial validation we apply with the help of HTML5 only. And the same way we provide some validation passwords, right? Just observe. Numbers and characters. Suppose what we required, only lowercase letters and numbers, at least 5 characters. Just observe, this is our target. What? Minimum 5 characters, only lowercase letters and numbers, nothing. There is no others. And I want to enter here pattern required. Pattern. I place it here. Just observe. A to Z. Password A to Z. Minimum 5 characters is required. Suppose I am entering here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 letters only enter. And here I should enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Submit. Just observe what happened. Please match the requirement format. Why? Because we are providing pattern. Only use capital small case letters and up to 5 numbers only. 5 letters only you should use, right? Minimum 5 letters only you should use. But here you entered only 4 characters. When you entered one more character, one more number, then automatically it allows. Please match the request, right? What is happened? Capital letters only, small letters A, B, C, D. What happened? Submitted data. These are submitted data. And copy. Then you observe, this is our data. What is our yes name? This is yes name what we entered. And what is our password? This is our password. When we are trying to calculate us, it not allows. In this way, we can restrict our form, right? You observe everyone. Please practice this one. Actually, it's a very lengthy, bigger one concept in HTML. And not only HTML, in web technologies, forms are most important. But right now we learn only these two fields only, input field and input field are having number of field values, right? Type values. We will learn in our next class, right? So in this lecture, we are going to discuss checkboxes and radio buttons. So what is a checkbox? Just observe. Everyone knows that when we are observing in a website, and this type of buttons are nothing but checkboxes. And gender and some situation round circle point of view, these are radio buttons. The checkboxes and radio buttons, overall we are getting information from the user. What type of information? Suppose checkboxes, we will collect multiple answers from the user, and here we will get only one answer from the user. From the multiple options, user may check only one option, right? So radio button, when we are using type equal checkbox, automatically it will be created this one. And when we are creating type equal radio, and this will be created. And if in case we use the check attribute, and defaultly it comes with check, means on. So here we use like a checked equal on, yes, on means yes or no, and we can write off or no. So we check in detail this checked attribute, and right now we are going to enter. So checkboxes is nothing but is a collection of values, and radio buttons are nothing but group of values. From the group of values, user may pick one particular one, right? So just you observe the example program, and we are go. So this is our web page. This is our web page. Just you observe. So already we are having one form, text and password form is there, right? Just I am closing here for understanding purpose. Here this is one more checked and radio buttons. And how do we create this checkboxes? Very simple, with the help of input checkbox, right? So you observe one checkbox is created. Right, in this way we can collect number of. So how many checkboxes we design here? Totally we design four checkboxes we design. When we are clicking this one, just observe, we may select multiple, and just observe input radio into, suppose we require 3, automatically 3 boxes are created. Just observe input radio and input radio. So when we are trying to select these 3, it will be selected. Why? Because we are not creating a group. Same, these 3 are not a same group. Just observe, suppose we place the gender group name, 3 having same gender. Again you observe, again gender. You observe here, from these 3, user may select only one. Just observe, previously 3 options will be selected, but checkboxes 4 options we may select, right? We may select 4 options. Suppose from the second checkbox we can come with checked. It will become with checked. So we can write here, just observe checked. What option? By default it comes with checked, and same option, first option ID, I don't provide any ID, checked. So when we are entering our web page, so just observe, I am closing this, I am stopping our server. When I am go live, automatically, just observe, automatically these 2 options are checked. The buttons are checked. Why? Because we are using this checked option. Right. If in case Srikanth, suppose we place this checked for 3 radio buttons, what it happens? Just you observe. It will be treated last one. Why? Because it can execute from first to second. So automatically it will be going. Just observe, the last one is removed. Then it will go to second one. And suppose first one is removed. So this way we place. Group checkboxes is not required any group, but radio buttons required group. Suppose we are placing different genders. Suppose these values are, I am deleting this. Now 3 are different. Then user may choose 3 values. But when so from the last 2, user may select any one. But first one is not grouped, right? So this way user can, right, just observe anyone only user. So difference you observe now. So checkboxes, user may select multiple options, checkboxes. But radio buttons, user may select one particular option, right? So radio buttons are conditional based. User may select from the multiple options, user may select only single option. But checkboxes, user having more options, user may select multiple options. That is a different, right? So in a real time, how would we write? Just observe one small example program. So select your city. Select your city. What city? Value. Suppose first one is Hyderabad, and same you place here, HYD, and same here we can place value, and Bangalore, again we write BLR, right? And again, so one more other value, Bombay, and one more value Lucknow, right? Lucknow. So here, so I am from Bangalore, so it was defaultly come, right? So suppose Hyderabad, you may select anyone, select your city, but here the problem is you observe, right? Right? User may select multiple option, means it is a wrong, right or not? So in this situation, you may use radio, right? So then we are creating perfect one. So in this way we write, it is very difficult. So wrong answer user may enter, right? Just observe. So your city is any one city, right? You may select, but what we required here, why it comes? Why? Because we are not grouped. So name equaled city. Just to observe, I am copying this one. Then user may select only from this only one, right? So there is one more radio buttons we created. Break tag I am using here. Suppose same gender I am using here. Gender. So already we placed the name is gender, right? Value equal male. And same again value female. And third one value others. Now you observe. So in this way user may select only you are from which city, and you are male or female or other, you may select different one, right? So we are restricting the user. So from these options we collect only single value only we are getting, right? So these are radio buttons. Suppose we require to write checkboxes. What type of checkboxes we write? Input checkbox into 4 values. Suppose we required 4 checkboxes. So this is first checkbox and second, third, 4, right? 4 checkboxes are there. Break tag we are using here. Break tag input is a break tag, right? So here the 4 boxes are there, right? Checkboxes. For that here, are you looking for? So what type of job you want to look, right? So name, right now name part-time, full-time, contract, right? And suppose 3 only we require, right? Here we are giving 3 options for the part-time job, right? Part-time job, full-time job and contract job. Some situation they offer hour-based job also they will be give. So here also we are filtering what time he is preferring for part-time, either full-time, and he is ready for any. This way we will be clarify, right? We will filter out the user. We are filtering user. So when we are pressing submit button, we are adding submit button. Just you observe submit input, reset value, reset, and submit value, submit. Don't require, but we write, right? So just a break tag is required, break. So just observe the first form I am trying to submit. What happens? Just observe, I am collecting here, nothing value is there, right? So first I want to select Bombay and a mail. I am looking for contract base, right? 3 options I was selected, submit, and just observe I am copying this pen notepad. So what options we chooses? Bombay, gender male, and I am ready for contract is on, right? What option? Contract is on, right? This way we are filtering, we are getting the data. This information is forward to server. This information is forward to server. In this way only it will be reached to server side programmer. So for that, this name value is the most important. The name attribute name, the name value, what we are placing, this parameter, right? Part time, full time, it is the most important for the backend developer. So definitely we should write proper name. We don't write A, B, C, B, C, D, E. That way we never write, right? So definitely we should write meaningful name only we should place here. So next one, if in case we want to collect the date of birth from the date of birth of the employee. So just observe. So date of birth means input. We provide tag, one tag, right? Date tag. Automatically it creates one important, right? Break tag. Again we require. These all are inline elements. So what the break tag is most important. So it created one of the date picker value. Date picker. He can select. So but here one issue is there. This date picker, the format date picker is one browser to another browser, the different appearance is possible. Just observe, I am copying this URL. I was opened this one in a just date of birth. And when I am clicking this one, this format completely different. This format and Chrome format completely different. So based on browser to browser, this date picker is completely different, right? So but we are having some different. We require time also. Suppose we need to require including time. So for that, date time local. Just observe what happens. You should select, suppose, so July, suppose 19 hours 38 minutes. This is the way we get, right? So it's only the calendar, the date picker calendar provides everything. Just you can place the type value is date. Suppose you place only the date only you require, date. Suppose you required which month in the sense, just it showing month. Which month you are joined, your comfort, not date, right? Day. Suppose only month it will be shows. Suppose, are you willing to attend the interview today? What time you are ready? Just to fill the date, today date only. Just you are willing ready to up to 24 hours. Just 24 hours, right? So in this way we will get. Suppose weekday also same week. Just week. What week? Week wise, right? Week 32. So this week names also we placed. Suppose we need to collect the age of that particular employee, age with a number format. We are collecting date of birth. Suppose we are collecting date of joining. So he can select the date when he joined in our organization. But right now we required age of that employee, age of that particular student, age. What we required here, age in the sense, suppose input type text. So here the type text is some false values we will get, right? Suppose I am entering like directly 66 years, nothing to happen, right? But I try to enter 6. It is wrong. But the backend developer requires only number, required number, and there is one condition is there. What condition? He required employees who are having particular age group, like a 30 to 40 years age group only he required, 25 to 35 age group only he required. That situation, this type value text is not at all a good for development time, right? That situation we are using number we are using. Automatically, just observe, it shows only numbers. Right, I am trying to enter ABC, it not allows. When the user is trying to enter alphabets, it not allows, it restricted. And He's entered any number, very big number also he entered, but we want to restrict. How do we restrict? Just we can place min value. What is the minimum age we required? Suppose 25 is our minimum age, 25, and maximum age is 35 only we required. We are restricting the employee 35. Right. Suppose you entered here 44. I am submitting this one. What happened? The value must be less than or equal to 35. It restricting. Suppose I entered 30. Yes, it accepts. So in this way we restrict. But here just you observe, it is only increase only one, right? It only increase only one. But it will, I want to step out. Like at a time 3 values you want to be jump, otherwise 5 values. Just you should use step attribute. Step how many values you want to step directly? Suppose 10 values directly, and the minimum value is 0. Suppose minimum value 5 and maximum 65. Suppose 65. Just you observe here, age 5, 10, 15. Just observe what is the stepping. Every time 10 steps will be increased. And suppose we are increasing here 20, and you observe clearly, right? This is the value. First 5, 25, 45, this way. And maximum 65 is now, it stops. So in this way also, we can validate, we can restrict the users. And at a time, suppose we want to collect the resumes, attaching resumes. Suppose that's it. Attach your file. Attach your resume, right? For that we use input file. So he may attach a file right now. So for that it directly it is showing, right? Break. Just you observe, when choose a file, how many files you want to choose? Suppose C language, automatically it available. But when I am trying to open another file, let us Python. Just observe, only one file will be only attached. It is not possible to multiple files, right? For that I am using multiple equal. These are multiple. Now it works. Choose 3 files. When we are sending the data, that situation you will be get, right? Clearly. So automatically it works. Form equal multiple, automatically it works. Suppose we need to add one image. Suppose we are allowing for attach image. Attach your profile, otherwise your image. Suppose your photo, right? For that, input image. Just observe image. What image you want to? Suppose there are already images are there. Slash. In our folder there are some images are there. Image. Suppose Modi image. Automatically attached, right? But again you can write width and height also. Width equal 50 pixels, right? 50 pixels. Height is also, height we don't want, width is enough for height, right now. But the SRC value, this SRC value is user only enter right now. For that I don't want to use this, right? Image, select your image. So I want to use one read only attribute. For that I am using country, and country value always fixed, right? So input type text. So we don't want to allow the user, right? Here only we place value. Suppose and India, suppose, right? But India is here. Just observe country India, but he may modify that. It is a possible for he can modify that. But we can restrict that. That is a read only. What happens read only in the sense he never disturb that. It is not at all possible. He cannot modify, just read only, right? Here from these 4, there's multiple options are there, but initially when the form is open, directly we want to highlight this date of birth. Directly we need to highlight this placeholder. Directly it jumps to trigger helps to this area. For that, date of joining is there. Where is the date of joining? This is a date. Here autofocus. Just observe, when we are refreshing this, automatically it focus. When we are refreshing, automatically highlights. This is a highlighting right now. Not only this one, just you observe in a Firefox also, you clearly observe it is a highlighted, right? Defaultly it highlighted. Just when I am refreshing this, what happens? Automatically it highlights. So that is use of this autofocus. Automatically it focus on particular area, directly it focus. And here you observe, and what color you want to like, which color you want to like. We need to what color you like, what color you may like, right? What color you may like. For that we are using input. So type value is color. So just observe here, user can select his color, what color he likes, that color he may select. Just observe, break. The black color, suppose I like this color, I like, suppose. So this way. So just you observe, I am choosing different options here. And date of birth, date of joining, right? And age. Suppose 34, right? Choose one file. Let us Python. Country India, and I choose. When I am submitting this, just to observe, please enter a valid number, right? Valid value. The two nearest values are. Age group, what we are giving minimum value age, minimum 5, maximum 65, right now. Minimum 5. 40 I am using. Submit. Valid values are right. Okay. Why? It is allowing, right? But previously why it not working? Right. So this is a copy. I am copying this one, and again you observe only Bangalore only we selected. Okay, cancel. So Bangalore, male, part-time and full-time, and one, this is a 5. Age is like a something, and choose file. Submit. Then the data is submitted. Just observe, copy, and here you observe what values I were forwarded. City, Bangalore, gender, male, and part-time on and full-time on. The date values and that are not shared, right? Why? Because we are not placing any values here, right? So for that we provide name. So name, first name equal date, DOJ, right? Date of joining. Value, definitely we provide date of joining. And number, support, name, age, and attached resume. We don't require any name. Country, value, name equal country, right? Next, color, name, color. So again we try this. Hyderabad, male, full time, and some date we choose 4, and some date I want to choose like 33, and I want to choose one particular file as Python, and color, red color, right? Submit. Just again I check this, copy, and right, we are getting without name attribute, we are not getting proper values. You understood? The name attribute is the most important attribute for getting a values from the user. Gender and full time, on, date of birth, date of joining, and age, country, color, hexadecimal value we are getting. The file, attached file, there is no data db now. For that we are not getting proper one. Suppose I like again we try that. This is a, where is that type file? Name QE something we are placing, right? Again we check that. Again Hyderabad, male, full time, this date of birth and age 44, and choose one JavaScript interview questions and India, submit, copy, and here we are checking that values what we are entering. City Hyderabad, gender male, full time, date of joining, age, country. Yes, even also we are not getting that. Why? Because only one reason. What is that reason? We don't have that file permissions, right? DB access, and this notepad is also not shows that text, that is not encrypted, right? Decrypted, not encrypted, decrypted. And we need to add one more type value. Suppose the range, expected salary, suppose the range only, range, suppose range, rating, suppose rate yourself, input, range we are providing a minimum 1, max 5, we are providing value 2. Right now range is 2. User may choose that. Just observe value 2. And when we are submitting this one 5, we are getting 5 as a value. Just observe. Again we check, copy, and notepad you open. What we are getting? The dynamically it is not possible. When we are using JavaScript, that situation we will get proper answer, right? First we want to focus about this text area. What is text area? Suppose we require some big box, so like a comment box or whatever. That box can be designed with this text area. This text area is a paid tag. With the help of this, we can design this text area box, and it having one important attributes are the columns and rows. How many columns you want to allow? Suppose 10 columns. And how many rows you are allowing? 10 rows. The columns in the sense 10 words in each row. So how many rows it allows? 10 rows, means 10 lines with 10 words, right? That's way we can create this text area. The placeholder also one attribute, and remaining is all similar attributes are there, but special attributes are columns and rows. And next one is the drop down list. Everyone knows this drop down list. In this way is there, right? Select some particular option. We providing some particular values, like a list of values. So group B.Tech and M.Tech and MCA. This type of values we are providing right now. So from that user may select, and this no validate and autocomplete. No validate in the sense already in HTML5 we applied some validation. So even though validation fail also, we are trying to apply, right? We try to apply that particular form with the help of no validate attribute. And autocomplete, we restricting the autocomplete. How? Suppose there is a one text box is there, text field is there. So in a previously we entered our Gmail address we entered, but when we are trying to another time, that situation automatically the first time the username is visible. Right now username is already filled. That type of autocomplete field option is we are disabling with the help of autocomplete off. So these three options we are going to cover. Not only these three, and there is a one more is there, that is a data field. The data field is one of the important, and in a real time try to execute these four concepts. So one thing in a web development, in the sense theoretically we are not focusing purely, and the most important is practical knowledge is the most important, right? As a web developer, practical knowledge most important. Just observe, this is a first form. This is our form, and go to live server. Where is our server? Go live. right? This is our form. So now we are entering to this one, right? This is our form, text area. Now we are going to design one comment section. Suppose you observe here the comment section. So in here we need to place one text area tag. Text area tag. Just you observe text area. This is a text area box. So how many columns you want to provide? Suppose you want to provide 10 columns and 10 rows. Automatically this will be created, right? We are having columns and rows only we place. So this is here comment, right? So just observe, there is a box size is there. Just you drag and drop. How do you? That is your chance. So here, hi, how are you? Suppose this is a one text. This is a one text, right? So in this way we write. This is a text area. Just we type some message in this particular field. The next one, we want to create one and we need to write select tag. What is a select? So we don't want to write here any value. Option into 10, suppose. Option tags are there. Just to observe values. This is option tag. There is a name is required. First break tag. Break. Select your state. That situation, what happened? Just we place here. Suppose Telangana. Same value we place here. Telangana. Just observe in this way. Not only Telangana. Suppose AP. Andhra Pradesh, right? Andhra Pradesh. Just you observe two values. In this way we place. Not only this way, I have a small example program is there. Here just observe. I placed here. Just you observe here. This is a one. Select your course, not a group. Course. Select your course. Then name course, right? Courses, right? What happened? No issue. Then here it will be shows like group level. Otherwise there is a, you don't want to, you are not providing any group. Just you remove this. What happened? Just list of items will be. If you want to categorize into group level, the CSC and EC, these are BTech, and these MSCS and MPCS, these are BSc relevant, right? So what we are categorized with the help of option group. These are option group. With the help of option group, we can divide clearly, right? The label value, option group having one label value. With the help of label value, clearly it will be declared. Suppose I am CSC is there, it was selected. Suppose selected, then what happened? Initially the CSC option will be available. Otherwise, initially we can place here MSCS is option available. MSCS initially it is available. MSCS user may choose another one also. By default it comes EEE. So in this way we can use this select. The select tag is a drop down list is there. Drop down list. With the help of this we choose multiple options. Suppose I need some important information. Suppose break tag. So here I require the candidate state, right? Enter your state. Suppose we are using input tag, input type text we are giving. So in this situation user may enter this, but I don't want that. But here I want to play some particular states. I want to show a particular state. Like here I am using list. I can use like list. List equal states. Just observe list equal states. In there I can write data list. I am using data list. Just observe here I am copying this everything. In this way, we write this data list, IT states, so and so is there. When the user is trying to finish this one, every state information is available. Suppose he enter one letter. Suppose he is trying to enter Mumbai, MU, automatically relevant Mumbai, sorry, Maharashtra, right? Maharashtra, automatically MA relevant states list will be appear. That is one of the great advantage of this data entry, data list, right? This is one benefit. So in this way, same option is there, but instead of we are using select tag, we are using data list. But input tag we are using list attribute. List equal user value. The same user value we are providing with a ID value. That way we are placing those many options, right? So here we want to show some important one, autocomplete. Autocomplete means here this MSCS automatically, if completed is there, autocomplete is there. Like some of the values autocomplete is there. We don't want to that. We don't want that type of values. So what we can write? There are plenty forms are there. This is a form or form. I want to encrypt it. This is a one form. So first form, this is a first form. So here we need to restrict. How? Already there are some patterns are there, but we don't want that patterns as well as autocomplete. So autocomplete, we want to write off, autocomplete off. Where you want to choose, where you want to autocomplete off, automatically that particular tag, particular input element, you go and copy and paste. Copy, and input tag is there here. Input tag, where is this? Is your input tag. This is one way you can stop. No one, there is by default it never comes. By default the autocomplete values never comes, and no validation. Just observe, this is a one form. Already there is some validations are there. We restricted some validations. A pattern is there, and required is the most important. Required attribute is there. When we are trying to submit, it asks fill this field, right or not, and password also. But I don't want to restrict the user. If he want to enter the proper way, he can enter. But I don't want to restrict that situation. I can use like no validate attribute. No validate attribute equal no validate. Directly I can use no validate, then submit. It allowing, right? You observe, it allowing, it never checks anything, right? No validate. When I am removing this no validate, submit, it asks. In this way we can restrict. You understood? No validate in the sense it never checks. Validations are off, turns off, right? So guys, this form concept is most important concept. Actually we learn different type of text fields and field set and select drop down list and data list, text area and different type of colors and date and radio buttons and check boxes and different type of text fields we cover, right? And this is a real time, guys. This is what we discuss here. The majority cases we follow this, and till now I want to reveal one secret. Till now we learned so many tags right now. So except these forms, the 90% we use only two tags. 90% only we use only two tags. That are div tag and span tag. We never use remaining h1 tag and h2 tag. That tags rarely we use. We use only this div tag and one span tag. Why we use these two tags? Why we are using these two tags? Here when we are observing h1 tag having some predefined functionality, right? And p tag is also having some predefined functionality. We required some particular tag. The tag doesn't having any features. We want to apply particular feature to the particular tag. That's purpose we using these two tags. It doesn't having any predefined features. Everything we only develop our point of view only. We develop these tags, right? Every feature we attach to this particular one. So and this, with the help of this div tag, we can divide our entire page into separate different parts. That is a one great advantage. Div tag is a block level element. Block level in the sense entire line it can be occupied. Span tag is an inline element. In a later we discuss more, and after this session we start cascading style sheet. Then you understood what happens in that, what is the purpose of this div and span. Not only in CSS, when we are entering to dynamical language like a JavaScript and a Node.js, that situation we definitely allow this div and span tag, right? Thank you so much, and please like, share to your friends, and I'm trying to give my best, and please support me. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you.